Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and I'm going to attempt to make a neon sign. What's it going to say? We don't know yet. So what we want, first of all, is something to put our sign on. And I want it to be kind of a bigger sign, which will actually make painting it kind of annoying, but that's okay. We need something to be the base. And that ain't cutting shit. That'll be our base for our neon sign. That'll be the thing. Now we need some uprights. What do I got here? We want this to be kind of a taller sign. Something that kind of sticks up on the game board is noticeable. Because I think we're going to put more work into this than we normally would put something into a sign. So let's get this cut off flush on the bottom. Those are pretty close in height. Let's get those on here. Position just a tiny bit back on that base. Okay. And we want those to be sturdy, so let's get some smaller stuff and brace those. To brace them, I'm just going to get a little bit of that there, a little bit of that there. Do something a little wonky. There we go. Okay. Don't be afraid to be a little extra about it. These are not master welders. Okay. And then that's going to sit there like that. Pick a side you want to be the front. And now for my secret weapon. An old RCA cord. So we're going to get our sign made by gluing RCA cord to this piece. And we'll let that cool, stay where it needs to stay. And then we're going to get more glue here, get it down to where it's going to make the shape of what we want to make. Okay. I thought about drilling little holes and putting wires through to hold it in place, but I don't think that's necessary. Now let's snip this piece off here and finish up our loop. And push that down and let it cool. Okay. Now we can't use real words because we want to be able to use this in many situations. So what we can do is we can make some different shapes and try to be, you know, creative with it. Once you're sure it's cool, you can let go. I'm going to snip some of this off. Get a little bit of glue there. And let that cool. And then we will do shape kind of up at an angle like that. All right. Let's hope this is enough to hold it down just how I want it. I need to get a little bit of glue there and smear it in just to make sure that holds. You want to try not to get on the wire like I just did, but it happens. Okay, it looks like that wants to stay. Let's get two little pieces to be an apostrophe looking kind of deals. So we'll just put one there. Okay. And a smaller one to be a little dot there. There we go. Something like that. Get rid of any spider webs we have. And we'll mount it onto our pole. To do that, we're just going to get glue. Just like that. And mine's crooked, but that's okay because it's a post-apocalyptic future, and sometimes things just don't work out. I don't know if post-apocalyptic is the right term. It's definitely dystopian with a different outcome than we could have imagined, but I shouldn't say that because I did imagine that outcome. And that's what I'm basing this world off of. I'm not sure exactly what dystopian means by its real definition. I'm sure it means something not good. Can't be anything good. I know who knows. Somebody knows. Contest winner was Nameless Trickster this month, and a new contest has already begun. If you want to hop on Discord, you can find that contest there in the rules. If you can't find it, just ask somebody, hey, I'm trying to do the contest. Somebody knows what it is. Somebody can help you. Hell, that somebody might be me. We don't know until we get there, though. So we're going to put some random garbage just kind of around on this. People have no respect for signs. None whatsoever. Get a piece of this foam. Twist it up. See if that stays. No, it doesn't. There we go. Something like that. Make it a couple dots. Put that there in such a way that it's vaguely interesting. As garbage. Let that cool. Alright. It'd be nice to have a garbage can here. So let me find something to use for like a futuristic garbage can. We need a lid for our garbage can, so let's get a little piece of cardstock. Let me get another glue stick. Mine's at the end of its life. We'll put a garbage can on here. We'll let that cool for a minute. And then we will cut that off. I'm just going to clean it up a little better with some scissors. I'm going to put a little thin band across the top there. Okay. I'm going to snip that off on both sides. And I think I'm going to make another thin band. To represent the rim of the lid. I'm going to let that sit and cool before I try to wrap that around. Okay. Trying to do a really thin bead there. Get that in place. Okay. And we'll do a little bit more. Get that to the edge. And once that's down, we'll just kind of cut that off roughly. Okay. Now we need a little handle. So to make a little handle, we'll just cut a piece of sprue, something small, and make it the handle. Something real thin. Do I have a smaller sprue laying around? No, I don't. Let me see what I got. We can just use a piece of toothpick. Something like that. We need this bottom flush. That's not going to happen. Working. I'm trying to sell the fact that there's garbage all over the ground, even though there's a repository for trash right here. For people that don't speak alien, that says recycle. Let's get some glue and make sure everything's going to be sturdy for the painting. Get a little bit of down in there, a little bit down in there. Nothing too drastic. Some on that, some on that, some in there, some in there, some on that foam strip. Get that good and sturdified. A little bit down on the base here. Hold all that in place. Let's cover our garbage can lid pretty good. Get our garbage can, have it running down to where it hits the ground so it sticks and makes a good bond. I put some there already. Put some here, run it along the top. Try to soak that and sturdy that up because that is just cardstock from a game board. I'm going to do the sides too. Oops, maybe I am. If I can get my hand to turn the right way. And then I'm worried about this, so I'm going to come in here kind of do that with a trail around the inside and outside of each of those, just lightly. I'm not having it like pouring everywhere. But that'll make it more of a permanent bond, I'm hoping. And then this is off to dry in front of a fan. I'm not going to paint this right now because I don't think it's going to be a good idea. Let it sit for a while, then we'll come back and take a look at it. That's going to be my neon sign. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment, and all the things that the algorithmos, super AI entities that run the success and failure of channels care about. Let me get a lid here, a paint lid. We'll get this on a paint lid so we can handle it easier when it's time to paint it. There we go, something like that. Check out the Discord and the website. Those are linked in the description. Also in that link you'll find, or also in that description, you'll find a discount code for 25% off your first month of Dungeon Swag Miniatures. If you haven't checked us out yet, please do. And we'll see you next time.